Hey, what's up, you guys? I'm Jaquan,
I'm Jasmine.
and welcome to the Film Spill.
So today, guys, we're going to be reviewing seasons 1, 2, and 3 of See. This is a drama series, and here is a summary. In the far future, humankind has lost its sense of sight. The father of twins, who are born with the mythic ability to see, must protect his tribe against a threatened queen.
Yeah. So I really enjoyed this series, man. I think Jason Momoa did an amazing job as his character as Baba Voss. It was really dope. I think Apple Plus, y'all did a great job. Well, the rating I give this series is going to be a 4. Let's get into my pros and my cons. So, very first pro, I just think it was a great plot. Just like my wife stated, humankind has lost its ability to see. Most of everybody is blind. And they have to basically do all these things that they normally would do, but they're blind. And it was just crazy seeing some of those things that they're doing. I'm talking about their fights, how they maneuver, how they would climb, how they would ride horses, how they would feed. It was just crazy. The next pro is Baba Voss. Like I stated, he was a savage. Like without him throughout each season, a lot of this stuff just would not happen. He put this whole show on his shoulders as well as his tribe. Paris was so sweet. It was crazy how they fought each other and moved around as blind people, like I stated. I like how Jalen Morrell left clues for his kids. I didn't like Tamak Jun in the beginning, but felt bad for him as the series went on. You know how they do with these shows. It was crazy finding out Margaret was the princess of House Kane. It was crazy seeing Baba Voss climb the elevator and his kids, who can see, did not do anything to help. Baba Voss blinding Jalen Morrell was crazy. When Baba Voss infiltrated Travantis and was walking on those coals. I know that dude was hot. Those hot coals. Just to try to get to his daughter, Hanawa. Ido Voss, a.k.a. Drax, really Dave Bautista. He was a savage as well. He was Baba Voss's little brother. Finding out that Ren can see, that was crazy because then we started seeing that, other people other than Jalen Morrell, who was the only person at that time that we knew had sight, we started seeing other people pop up as well. Ren was one of them. Toad and Paris' relationship was nice. Laura Harlan was cool. Boots dying. Boots was an op. He was another person who can see. Jalen Morrell dying because he just tried to be a monarch. He was trying to be a king. He thought he was basically like the god of people that can see. He spreaded his seed so many times. Like he had a lot of kids. The fight between Ido and Baba Voss was crazy. When Margaret tortured the blacksmith on the whereabouts of the witch finders cutting off his thumb, I'm like, yeah, she's becoming a savage. Finding the other House of Enlightenments, that was dope. The con. So the biggest con I have on this show is just the kids. So it was 2 children that can see. They were the children of Jalen Morrell, but they were raised by Baba Voss and Margaret. Margaret being their mother, their birth mother. But they were so useless that they can see, but they were just throughout each season, like they just kept becoming more useless and useless. That was a crazy thing about this show. Most of the sighted on this show was just horrible. Like Jalen Morrell, he did his thing, but like I said, he was evil in the end. Hanawa and her brother Kofun, they just could not do anything right. They couldn't fight. Anytime that they somebody needed help, they couldn't save their dad. They couldn't save anybody. They were just horrible. Them letting Gatherbats live in the first season, that was crazy because he ended up leading the Witchfinders to them. I didn't like Queen Kane at all, but she was a savage. She did what needed to be done, but she was just gruesome, the things that she would do. Very violent. I didn't like Boots, like I stated. Hanawa, right? So the daughter, her judgment was just horrible throughout this whole season. She just would do stuff off of impulse, and normally it would lead to somebody's downfall. When Hanawa almost got them shot with arrows before they went into the House of Enlightenment. Once again, her judgment. Jalen Morrell turned out to be a horrible father, like I stated. Making Hanawa gay, I didn't like that at all. I feel like that a lot of the times I'm watching these shows, they make African American people gay, and I just don't care too much about it. Kofun and Sibeth's relationship, that was disgusting. Kofun was her nephew, and she basically got pregnant by him, had a baby. That was just crazy. When Sibeth killed Paris, that was sad. Margaret not wanting to kill Sibeth and leading to so many different things happening. Eventually, she ended up overthrowing Margaret and then literally becoming the queen again and starting to killing so many of her people. Sibeth throwing her baby when she found out it was blind. Bo Lion dying was sad. Kofun letting Sibeth escape. Once again, like I said, the sighted kids, they just messed so many things up. Well, Margaret didn't believe Baba Voss when he warned her about the bombs. Lucian and his army agreeing to work with Sibeth as their queen, even though they knew previously she killed their families when she drowned the people in Kenzu. When Harlan died, saving Hanawa. Once again, a blind person saving somebody who can see. When bombs were falling on them literally and they still were surviving. Like, that was probably one of the most joke things about this show. A bomb literally fell on Baba Voss's leg and literally nothing happened. Like, nothing blew up or nothing. Bomb blew up and fell on Margaret. like a stone piece. She was holding a baby. Nothing happened to her. Same thing with Kofun. When they tried to escape Queen Kane and they went under those tunnels, but for some reason, instead of moving quickly, they walked. They walked slowly. And then the bombs came back and blew them out the tunnel. And the last and probably one of the craziest cons was Kofun deciding that he wanted to be blind now. Other than that, good show though.
Okay, guys, I give this show a 4 out of 5. I think it was really good. The fact that everybody is blind and the ability to see is basically a myth is just really crazy. Baba Voss was a savage. I feel like he's probably the best fighting blind person in the history of the world. Like,
Facts.
there would be no show without him. Like, everybody would be dead or captured, basically, if he wasn't there. And I think season 1 was the best season, but they all were pretty good. I liked Jello Morel at first and how much he helped his kids in Baba Voss, but I didn't like him later on. Queen Kane was crazy, like he said, and so unpredictable. It was just crazy. I didn't like her character, but I understood why they had to put her in there, but I didn't like her. I didn't like Tamati June at first, the way he went from village to village, killing and torturing people for 20 years just to find Hanawa and Kofun. I think that was just so crazy, and I really didn't like him. But then I liked him more in the later seasons. The scene when Queen Kane floods her entire city, that was crazy. Like, how can you just kill all your people like that? That was just crazy. I didn't like Boots and how he double-crossed them. I love that little finger bell thing that the Queen and Princess Margaret wore. I don't know. It was just cute. I don't understand why it was so hard to kill Sibith. So many people tried to kill her, and they were unsuccessful. It was just crazy. And the way she kept a knife in her arm, like inside her flesh, like she had a little pocket inside of her forearm to keep a knife. That's how you know the one was crazy. It was sad how Baba Voss didn't want to kill his brother Ito, but he had to because Ito was like, either I'm gonna kill you or you're gonna kill me. So he kind of like forced his hand. So that was sad because Ito, you can tell like he held on to a lot of stuff from when they were younger, and he was just so crazy, but I was sad when he had to kill him. I didn't like how in the last season Baba Voss just left for like a year with no explanation or nothing. I understand he didn't want to live his life there, but to just leave in the middle of the night without a goodbye is crazy. I knew when Sibith found out her baby was blind, she wouldn't care about that baby anymore, but I did like his name, Wolf. It was so cute. I don't understand, like he said, Kofun wanting to be blind. It's like I understand it, but I don't. I just feel like Kofun was kind of useless with sight, so without it, he wouldn't be any help to anyone because most everybody there were born blind and they learned to adapt since a kid. He had sight his whole life, so it would be very challenging, I would feel like, if he just became blind as a grown adult. Like, he was just doing too much. Hanawa and Rin finding a new house of enlightenment was so cool to me because it just shows that there are way more people with sight than they thought, and there's a hope for the future because there are multiple different houses of enlightenment on the map they had. So that just makes you think like there was, way more sighted people. And the saddest part was the ending with Baba Voss sacrificing himself to save everybody else because he literally was the glue holding everyone together and he protected everybody all the time. So I just can't see how they will live without him, but I'm glad the season ended after that because I really feel like if they try to do another season, it wouldn't be that good because he was the main character of the show. So I don't think the show would be that great if they try to do more seasons without him, but that was just really sad. But overall, I gave it a 4 out of 5.
Just like always, make sure you guys like, subscribe, and comment. You guys have a good one.